Hello, my name is Jan Stoffer, and I'm one of the Learning and Development Managers here at MRA. I have been serving members here since 1994 and have really enjoyed my time helping companies to thrive and helping to develop their leaders. My leadership background started many years ago when I grew up in a successful family-owned business. And because of that, my first leadership experience was actually the day after high school graduation. So, graduated on a Sunday, bright and early Monday morning, I was a supervisor. I learned a lot about leadership, not only there, but through my other leadership experiences in a number of different situations, different companies, a couple of them my own businesses. Because of my leadership background, most of the training that I do at MRA is done in the leadership and management area. So I train in all of our leadership series. The Principles of Leadership Excellence series, Frontline Leadership, and Leading Effective Teams. Now, in addition to that, I also have my special areas that I have some passion for. A number of years back, I revamped the MRA's presentation skills area. We've had a lot of success there, helping leaders to present better in front of others. I also developed MRA's program, Managing Your Anger and Conflict in the Workplace. And then in addition to that, I've developed things like the motivation model that you see here behind me. This is a model that we now use throughout the PLX series and in other areas of MRA. We've all heard that people learn best by doing, and I adamantly believe that. And I think if we can have some fun along the way, so much the better. So my style is to get people involved, and one of the best ways I think to do this is get to know them. So when I first start any session, I get to know my participants. Who are they? What challenges do they have? What goals do they come with? Because ultimately, the goal is that we want them to have an actionable plan that is specific for them. So they should be able to walk out the day after the training and start to implement the things that they've come up with. And the best way to do this is with a lot of interaction, involvement, and get them to really generate their own plan that they can use. You know, way back in my college days, I took one of those career assessment tests that was supposed to help me figure out what to do with my career. And when I walked in to see my counselor after I took it, Mrs. Chamberlain, she was supposed to go over the results with me. And I walked in and she just shook her head. And she looked at me and said, "What are we going to do with you?" And I said, "What's wrong?" She said, "Well, you scored high, very high, in 3 different areas. You scored high on business acumen, on education, and also on theater. And there is no career that's going to use all 3 of those." Well, thanks, Mrs. Chamberlain, but sorry, I'm going to have to prove you wrong. Because actually, with the training that I do here at MRA, I'm able to use my business expertise and experience to educate and train leaders to be better. And we do it with some fun and maybe just a little bit of a dramatic flair. Now, if you have not already started teaching this tool to some of your direct reports, I strongly encourage it. It will help them to become better problem solvers, better at critical thinking. Whenever I teach a problem solving class, I always include this, because this really, above all, is a problem solving tool. If you think about it, when you ask the right question, how can I do something positive in this situation? Your brain almost automatically starts to go down that path, doesn't it? Like, oh yeah, what can I do? What can I do differently? What small step could I take in a positive direction, even if it doesn't solve the entire problem? You guys all remember the escalator video, right? People stuck on the escalator? You know, a key point there is, even if they had taken a few steps off the escalator, would the escalator still have been broken? Yes. And was it someone else's responsibility to fix it? Yes. But they still had the power to take a few positive steps. This is where people get confused, and this is where they get stuck. Where they say, well, sure, I could do that, but you know, the situation's still going to be bad, it's still going to be broken, other people still have to do their part. Yeah, but you do your part. This is why it's such a valuable tool for some of your direct reports. Get them to do their part. Take those few positive steps off the escalator.